What's cracking, guys? We are back today with another review of a car. Well, we're doing a comparison video. We're using the Focus RS again, and we're going to be comparing it with a car that Sammy is thinking of buying, or she's going to get the Focus RS. So Sammy's back, and we have, there we go, guys. We've got an FK8, so we've basically taking this out for a test drive from Honda in Norwich, and Sammy is deciding whether she's going to get an FK8 or a Focus RS.
Let me know down in the comments below, straight off the bat.
If you drive one, let us know why, you know, which one do you prefer, and tell us why. We want to know. But we're going to be test driving this today and seeing all the cool stuff that it's got. So we're going to run over some of the spec from what we know, because we're not experts, and then we'll go into everything from there, and we'll show you some road action as well. So guys, the Civic is around 320 brake horsepower, 4-cylinder turbo, driven by the front wheels. It's 0 to 60 is what, about 5.8, and this is stock. How many thousand miles? About 40,000 miles, and I think it's aggressive. Like, we looked at the FL5 as well when we were there. What did you think? Because there's just not, like, obviously you can literally get everything on this car. Literally all I probably would do is put an exhaust on it, whereas you literally get a spoiler, you've got, look, all the carbon fibre side skirts and everything like that. The FL5, sorry, is, I like the colour of it. It's grey. That's the only thing I can probably say. Yeah, I just think the FL5's a bit, it looks granddad spec. Like, if I stood here,
probably like a sleeper spec, right? Would you like?
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily expect it to be fast, whereas this is in your face.
This just looks aggressive, and like you say, you've got a splitter on which you didn't have on the FL5. I don't know. These might be added things. I'm not too sure,
we don't know
we don't know the full spec. If they do like, you know, if they do like black editions or these sorts of things. But yeah, we're taking it out for a test drive. We've just driven it here, so we've, you know, got a little feel for it. Only thing Sammy said she'd already changed is the exhaust.
It's really quiet.
Because it's a bit quiet.
Yeah, it's really quiet.
But let's hop in and have a look on the interior and see what we think of that as well. So, interior stuff, I actually really like it.
I think it's nice. The seats are lush.
The seats are nice. They hug you really well.
Really nice.
Bit like the Focus RS as well when I've done it.
I like the seat belts, the red seat belts.
Seatbelts 5-door as well, so can be used as a family car. Plenty of room, family car, Isofix. That wing on the back looks sick. Yeah. And then this, I don't think it's not carbon, it's like a carbon look. You can connect your phone to it, so you can obviously do all your music and all your cool stuff.
I don't know if it's got Apple CarPlay though. And from the previous video, you know I love Apple CarPlay.
It's got Apple CarPlay. Just change the DIN,
but we can change it. We can
change the DIN. And then modes, there is, I think it was Comfort, Sport and R mode. And then I think I read somewhere online you've got like individual like mode as well. But what Sammy really likes is this. So it gives you like the number of the car, like production number, which is cool. That's
just a nice little touch, because even though my performance edition is limited edition, I don't know what number it is out of 600.
So we've done a little drive already. The only thing she says that is weird is the shifting is so short. So short.
Third to fourth is insane. Like literally, like da-da.
Yeah, but that's something you're going to get used to, which is, and it's obviously, as it's a Type R, they're going to do shifting shorter, I assume, because it's better for track days and all these sorts of things. So interior, I find it's really nice. It's comfy.
It's got everything you need, really. Do you know what I mean? It's practical.
And like the Focus, which we're going to take out later as well. We're taking the Focus out again, so Sammy can find out which one she prefers. It's spacious, it's a perfect family car, but also it's something you can take to a car show. You can modify if you want to. Exactly. You don't have to. It's already 320 brake, which is pretty sick. So it's, you know, it's got some power going for it as well. So we are going to get this bad boy on the road, and we're going to go for a little test drive. I'm going to have a go as well, but this is Sammy's day.
Exciting.
This is Sammy's day. So we're going to see how it goes, and we're going to get the performance and show you and tell you what we think once we've finished with the Type R. Okay, so before we head off, obviously we've got to do the standard little revs as well. And the lucky thing is I'm here, so I can hold it and Sammy can rev. Go on then, give us some. Ah! Little pop, it's a little pop. Yeah. What revs are you hitting? 4? Ah, it's got a limiter. Ah, so they have a limiter on the revs, so I didn't know that. But yeah, 4,000 revs, and it has a little pop happening. I did not know they have a limiter. That's interesting. Might be something that we have to see, unless someone knows if it's something we can get removed if she buys the car, if she wanted to do it. But that's usually what they put on for safety, I'm assuming, so you don't go and blow your turbo. But yeah, we're gonna go and take it out on the road now. That was your revs, and like I say, let's see what Sammy thinks of it on the road.
Oh, finding the gears. She goes, people, she goes.
God, I'm all over the place.
The steering is heavy. That is the only thing I would say is really heavy.
So like for me, from driving the Focus, that was really, really comfortable in sport mode. This in sport mode is actually quite comfy as well. In R mode in this, on back roads, the suspension's hard, which you want obviously. I think it's more focused to track days. But yeah, so go on, girl. On.
Whoa!
Oh, love it.
Revs. It sits high revs, doesn't it?
So Honda, it's gonna rev. We know. Honda's rev, man. Honda's new, right?
Okay, yeah, there is no delay in the speed, is there? Wow, okay. I thought my ST was quick.
Yeah, but you've got to think, you're going from what, 200 brake to 320.
Yeah, it's
120 horsepower change.
Yeah,
that's a
true.
big difference, guys. Like, you got to think, 200 horsepower is the quickest that Sammy's like driven consistently as a daily.
Yeah.
And now she's going up to 320.
Brakes are good. Front brakes.
Yeah. Steer.
Ah! Oh!
What an idiot.
I did indicate. Okay.
I didn't know as well, you've got those little orange things in here, haven't you, to tell you when someone's in your thing?
Yeah, like lane assist, whatever. That's pretty good. God, I can't believe how much it revs.
Yeah, but Honda's rev. We know this.
No, I know, but like when you're actually driving, do you know what I mean? It's different, isn't it?
Oh, it's so weird to have to hold this camera when someone else is driving. I'm all over the place. Trying to keep it level.
It's good practice.
Oh, there we go. Test that suspension.
Oh,
that's not what you want. Test your brakes. Test your brakes. Test the Brembo. Is it Brembos?
Brembos.
It is Brembos.
It is.
It's like a standard thing now.
It's quite. The brakes are good.
Yeah.
It sticks to the road. Like, do you know what I mean?
Ah, pheasant! Don't hit the pheasant.
It's all good.
Last thing we need is roadkill. Yeah, we ripped the splitter off the splitter off the test drive because we nailed a pheasant. I've never been down here.
Sick, innit?
What the?
Have you never been down here?
No!
Well, good.
I will have to bring the Evo down here for a POV drive. Oh God!
Come on, Dom. This is literally what like my ST. So our suspension actually doesn't make a difference to me. This is like what I'm used to.
Nice. Well, that's your opinion on suspension.
Yeah.
Which is good. That's what we want.
I don't know if it's adjustable though. Like.
Well, I mean, what this? Coilovers.
Has it got coilovers?
Coilovers.
Yes.
Coilovers. Modified Performance Limited. They'll be able to give you a hookup for coilovers. Check out link in the description. Little plug. Yeah, little plug.
Get that little plug.
I'm into it.
I actually quite like it.
Seats are comfy.
You can drag it around, but you can just drive peacefully if you want to. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got the best of both worlds.
It's a family car. It is a 5-door family sports like hatch. That's essentially what this is.
And then you've got the speed if you want it.
Oh yeah, you've got
the gearbox. I hated it. Now I love it. If I'm honest, it's actually pretty good.
I can't remember what the Focus is like. When you drive it later, you'll be able to see.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the Focus
I wonder if it'll be like mine or if it will be. Do you know what I mean?
It might be similar to how the Evo is, because the Evo, I'd say it's short. It's not short, but it's shorter than a standard car, right? So yeah, that it's going to be good. But yeah, it's comfortable. It does feel, for me, from this perspective, being sat here, it does feel stuck to the road.
Yeah.
It does feel planted, which is again what you want, really, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm actually quite surprised how comfortable I feel in it.
Yeah.
Because I was a bit like, whoa. When we first walked up to it, I was like, God, this is a big car. But I've been driving for like half an hour. Like,
yeah, and you feel comfy in it already.
I feel comfy in it already.
Nice.
Really nice. I really like it.
Oh. She's gonna become a Honda girl. Join the JDM, so you'll be able to come to Japanese car shows in your own car.
Yeah.
Jap Fest and
not just Passenger Princess with Dom.
Yeah, which is cool. You know, yes, you know.
I do really like that, yeah.
Apart from Japs, I don't really see a lot on the road of these either, personally.
No.
Like, see them at Japanese car shows, we know that. But you see a lot of Evos at Japanese car shows now. So it's one of those things, isn't it? So it's yeah.
Interesting.
It's a solid little car, and if you if you wanted to take it onto a track day, you could do that.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And I just don't think you'd actually need to do too much to it. Like,
no, maybe
exhaust, yeah, definitely, because it's really quiet.
Maybe exhaust. Remove. I say remove the rev limiter, but unless you actually sit there in neutral and rev it,
you don't actually need.
You don't need to remove it. So that's one thing you don't need to worry about. Exhaust would be one, which you said about. You want it to sound a bit nicer.
Yeah.
And if you're not keen on the 3 tips and you want to go for 2 tips, then that one as well. And then what else would there be? Like, you've got your splitter and stuff. Like, only if you wanted it lower. But yeah, if it's not got coilovers. But if you've got like splitter and stuff like that, and if you add anything more to it, or you put coilovers and make it lower, you might then lose the drivability to be able to take around a B road.
Testing it in the wet, guys.
Yeah. Like, if I'm honest, like for me, I sometimes feel a bit nervous in the Evo to hammer it around a B road, which technically is what it's for.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried about nailing my splitter or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Things to always contemplate, eh?
Oh, I just love cars. So Dom is now in the driving seat, guys. He's testing the handling.
It does feel heavy.
What do you think?
It feels heavy, yeah. That suspension is heavy, definitely heavy suspension.
Yeah.
Sorry, heavy steering, not suspension.
Yeah, heavy steering.
Heavy steering for sure.
We're just not used to it though, are we? That's the thing.
Putting it down at my lap, woman.
No, we're getting the whole view.
Oh, you're getting the whole view. Don't worry about it.
We're getting the whole view. We're getting the POV.
It's good. It's good, but yeah, when you take the Focus, you'll see it's a lot different.
Yeah.
There is some wheel spin.
There is some wheel spin.
I will say it's wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is that. There is with this. I feel like the Focus felt a bit more secure. You will know when you drive it later.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I can't compare it yet because I'm like, oh, I'm not really sure. But the only thing I can compare it to is my SD. But being a passenger, it's really nice. Like it's very quiet.
Oh, little turbo.
A little one. Nothing too major. Nothing too major. My phone's gone.
Your what?
My phone's just gone.
Phone's just gone.
It's quite hard to film, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Solid.
It goes.
On this sort of road, it feels absolutely solid. I can imagine on a track this would be a beast.
Yeah.
In the wet,
insane.
Yeah, in the wet might be an issue. Like, you know, just not the grip with the 4-wheel drive, but
yeah. And it is a little bit wet.
Phone out the way.
It's right in the gear shift.
Anyway, we're back in. Well, we're not back in. Well, I'm back in the Focus RS. Sammy's in the Focus RS in the driving seat.
This is a bit of me, guys.
This is a bit of her.
This is a bit of me.
She feels more at home, and it is a lot smaller in here. Like the space is. It's not small. It's compact.
It is. It's
compact. It's comfy. Look at the amount of dust coming out of that diesel. The amount of diesel fumes. Bloody things. Anyway, right. So.
This is so nice.
Yeah, like you've seen, if you've seen the Focus RS video, you'll know what the interior is like. If you've not, go and watch that because it's a good review. Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. But yeah, these seats are like, you know, a lot different. These are more like racing seats.
100%.
Like,
yeah. They're proper.
They're actually like really thin.
Yeah, they're like lightweight.
Yeah, they're really lightweight, and yeah, they kind of hug you still. Yeah. So we're gonna turn that music off.
Don't get copyright.
Don't want to get copyright. But Sammy already feels at home. She feel like, I think instantly, even just coming out of where Will lives.
Like compared to how I drove when I, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when you came, when you were driving off, you were driving off in the Honda, and you felt like, oh my god, where's every
like
curve and this and that. Whereas you've got in this, and you were like, yeah fine, cool, whatever. Like, I don't think it feels much smaller, much bigger than your car.
No, it generally doesn't. No, like I'm not looking being like, oh my god, I don't know where. Like I am. I generally feel on the road. I feel literally the same in the Fiesta. Oh, traffic lights.
Yeah, we saw Will. He was filling up.
Yeah, and
he even done the tyres for us. We saw him doing the tyres. I was like,
thanks, Will.
You know, feel privileged. And it's the second time he's allowing me to take it out. Obviously,
I appreciate it. I don't even really.
He's never met Sammy in his life, and I said, could we potentially use it for Sammy to test drive it, because there isn't one in Norwich or Norfolk to test drive for the purpose of seeing what she wants next. And he was like, yeah, fine, whatever, just come round. Do you want some fuel for it or anything? Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was literally like, I'll pay you, I've got insurance.
I'll pay for insurance. Nah, don't worry about it. Like, such a nice guy. Thank you again, Will, for allowing Sammy to take the car out.
Thank you so much.
So it's really cool. Really cool to have. So we're going to give it a little bit of a test drive and see what Sammy thinks. So it's also drying out a little bit as well, which is going to be good, because we're going to get... It's a shame it wasn't dry when we were in the Civic, because obviously it's a bit wet and the wheels were spinning. Yeah. But we're going to get a little bit more of an idea what it's going to be like to be on the dry in this thing, which is cool. And also, if you want to see like some revving, go watch the Focus RS review that I did, because I gave this car a little bit of a rev last time in that. With Will's consent, he was fine for me to do it before anyone says anything. Yeah. But if you want to watch the revving of the Focus, go watch that. Obviously, we've done the Civic earlier, but the Civic was limited to like 4K.
Yeah, 4,000.
And we read online that I think you need to get the ECU retuned, because it's like a safety thing. If you're in neutral, you're not moving, you can't rev it over 4K because they don't want to damage the engine. The Focus doesn't have that, and it will sort of pop and stuff a little bit more than the Civic will. And this is all just stock. So what I want to say, guys, as well, the two cars we're testing today are completely bone stock. There's no mods done, which is actually really cool to have, because usually if I was doing this comparing, most of the time I'm assuming someone who would lend me their car would have the issue that they will have modified one of the other. So it's quite good that we've got two unmodified cars that we're comparing for Sammy to be able to see which one she prefers.
Yeah,
so
I will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. No way. This is insane. This is insane. I actually love it.
See, told you, driver's experience. I think as just a pure driving car. Wow. Any road, B roads, back roads, track road. For me, this is like. You know, this, I would prefer this over the Civic, because I've driven this, but Sammy's literally started driving it and she's already feeling at home. So
no, it's mental though, like isn't it? Like how I just feel really chilled. Yeah. Like I'm like, oh, just cruising.
Yeah, man.
Like it's mental. This
so
is
good.
The pops and bangs though.
I feel like the brakes are better in this than what they are in the Civic.
Yeah.
Might just be it needs new pads, depends on the age and stuff like that. You're horrible. Oh, it's dry. Love it.
Ford, you've done a good job here. Seriously, I need this car.
Right, decision made. Right, that's it. Video over, done. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. See you in the next one.
So good.
Right,
no,
yeah.
It is insane. It's just, I don't know, I just feel really at home. Really at home. Like, I know.
You're never going to step away. Her dream car is a GTR, R35.
R35,
right?
Yeah.
You're never going to get one to drive it. You're never going to get one because you're just going to want one of these. Oh, no, actually, you'd have to get a Mustang.
Maybe we should test drive one of them.
Oh, gosh. Take me back to when I had mine.
Oh, so good. I do really like it, guys. I do really like it.
What's that saying? You can take the girl out of a Ford, but you can't take the Ford out of a girl. There we go. It's exactly
That is
Sammy.
exactly it right now.
Yeah.
Don't you just think I look at home here?
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I said when we were having lunch, I did say to Sammy, I said, I think you'll feel more at home in this car.
Yeah.
And I just think you'll prefer the driving style, the setup and everything. Like for me, the Civic, like down here, felt very long.
Yeah.
Whereas like this feels more compact. Yeah.
The Civic is really big. Like it is really big.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's more, obviously this is like, I don't know, that is definitely, you can definitely feel like it's a saloon car, right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Civic feels
Whereas
more...
this feels like a Fiesta.
No, and the Civic feels like, it does feel like more of a... This is a family car.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of space in the back.
I can get my paddleboard in the back.
You know, there's plenty of space. Will gets his dog in here, so it's fine. But like, you know, there's plenty of space in here. But yeah, I feel like the Civic had more interior space, and that probably makes the car then heavier. That's why the handling didn't feel as good as this thing did. This is just more compact, but there's still plenty of space in the car. But yeah, it's more compact up front here. The front of the Civic for me felt very long. I don't know about you, but yeah. Yeah,
I think it definitely feels, it's just more, I don't know, and this feels more to the road.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like I was kind of floating.
Yeah.
It felt like a boat.
Yeah. No,
I did really like it, but this just feels...
This is exactly what I said about the Civic. The Civic, this, from memory and watching the video back that I've done on the Focus RS last time when I drove it, this just feels planted. Like you can put this round a roundabout in stupidly quick speeds. I tried to go around the roundabout in the Civic and it felt sketchy.
Yeah.
And again, front wheel drive and this and that. And like you say, it just feels a heavier car.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But that's the whole point of doing this.
I've never driven a four-wheel drive car before. This is the first time I've done four-wheel drive.
First time? Yeah, because you're used to front wheel drive.
Yeah, all the time. I've only driven, and only cars that I've really driven like previously, like literally for a little while, just all been front wheel drive.
Yeah.
So four-wheel drive is it's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm. So 350 brake, 347, but we'll round up 350 in this. 4-cylinder again. 0 to 60 in this, I think is like 4.8, 4.9.
Oh wow! So compared to Civic.
Yeah, so it's obviously the four-wheel drive kicking in.
Yeah.
Compared to the two-wheel drive, you've got obviously a lot more there. You know, like an extra second 0 to 60.
I love the
obviously the old like STs and I think RSs were like 5 cylinders, whereas these are obviously only 4 cylinders. That's why it's become instead of a 2.5 to 2.3 litre EcoBoost.
Yeah.
So you know they made that change there. So you've got 2 litre in the Civic, 4 cylinder, 2.3 litre EcoBoost in this, both turboed. So you know, not too far off. Civic's like 30 more horsepower down, and it's only front wheel drive. So yeah. She was waiting for me to spin round, weren't you? It feels planted. But how much more stable does it feel?
So much more stable. Like, it's just the Civic, it's really like you said, it's sketchy. Whereas
Civic,
this, I can just pull it around a bit.
The Civic felt bouncy. It felt like it was all bouncing all over the road.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like it's bouncing. It feels like somehow it's been glued to the floor.
Yeah, just right above. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. This is mental. This is actually mental.
And
such a good car.
I personally think it's comfier. I think this is a comfier drive.
I think it is comfier.
Like, I'm not dissing on the Civic, guys.
We're not.
I love the Civic. I think it's a brilliant car.
I really like it. I just think it's quite a big jump for me personally.
Yeah.
It's quite a big jump, I think.
Yeah.
That's just a whole other ball game. Like, I don't know. Whereas this, I just feel more comfortable with it. Like, and this is literally like the one up from me. Like, it's a perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's either this or an ST, Focus ST.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I'd go for this 4-wheel drive over 2-wheel drive. I think it's the ST. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, decision.
Yeah, end of the day, these are our opinions, guys, and this is us doing the review. Someone else could do the review and be like, nah, the Civic's a way better car. The Focus is trash. And that's, you know, and I like to say, if you guys have one or the other, or if you've driven one or the other, let us know in the comments box, because we want to know, what do you think of the two, yeah?
We've got some good roads.
Yeah, we've got some alright roads, once you find them.
Yeah, we just got
Definitely got to be. You in second?
No.
You're in fourth!
Why?
Second, and then you get around here and you hoon it.
Oh my god.
A little fun dip. Oh, there goes my stomach. Sorry guys, I'm trying to stabilise the camera. Blame the driver, blame the driver.
I really like it, guys.
Right guys, I've done my driving, so we're gonna head back. We're gonna head back to Will. Sammy's nearly messed herself more than once with my driving, so we're gonna head back to Will. We're gonna drop the car off, and then we'll give you our final debrief and ultimately Sammy's verdict. Jesus, wept woman.
My verdict.
We'll give verdicts on what we think is the better car, round up all the cool stuff. So like I said, we're going to head back to Will now, and then we'll give you the final debrief. Right, debrief, finalising what we think of it. So,
final part.
Which one? So okay, let's think about a lot of things.
No, yeah, we got to
right.
say
So
positives.
Visuals.
I would say probably the Type R.
I would agree. I think it looks more aggressive.
It's more aggressive. There's more
car.
presence on the road.
I think you wouldn't really need to. Well, it's got side skirts. It's got a splitter. So in my opinion, you wouldn't need to do anything to it.
Yeah, it's got a spoiler. I love the spoiler. I love how you can see the spoiler out the back. That's really nice.
Nice and mean looking. So visuals, we're going to say the Civic.
Yeah.
What about? Let's talk about performance. What about like responsiveness? So foot down acceleration.
RS.
The RS?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like the pop and bang.
Yeah, the pop and bang. And it literally like put me back in my seat. I didn't really get that with the Civic.
No?
If I'm honest. I think it's just stuck really well.
Nice. For me, with like handling, it's going to be the RS. It's four-wheel drive, and I just think it feels, it hugs the road, it sticks to the road. I didn't feel like and I know I've done the review before, if I'm pushing it I feel safe in it, but
no, I felt like it was the RS I felt a lot more safer with, like I've just felt at home with the RS. Whereas the Civic, I know it was wet, but it's still just a little bit sketchy. I'll just be like, oh okay, I'm just not sure. I guess I could fully put my trust in the RS. I wasn't 100% sure
with
the Civic Type R, I think.
Obviously it was wet or wetter in the Civic. Obviously it is front wheel drive,
but it's just a heavier car, it's a longer car. It's different, isn't it, I guess? But yeah, I just like, as soon as I got in the car, I was just like, okay, wow.
What about just
breathe a bit.
Interior? I like the Civic.
I do, to be fair, I actually do quite like the Civic.
The seats, it's a bit more spacious, it doesn't feel as compact.
Yeah, there's a lot more room, but I think I prefer the Focus.
But you're used to the cabin.
That's what I mean. This is similar. It's really similar, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I like the Civic. I do like the Civic's cabin. It feels a bit more spacious.
Yeah.
But then I like the Focus if I was like doing like a track day or doing like a B-road bus. I feel like a bit more thingy in it.
Yeah.
Obviously noise. The Focus RS, the exhaust, it has the pop and bang. The exhaust is just a bit louder. It's a bit throatier compared to the Civic. The Civic
is quiet. I was a bit shocked.
Which is good. They might have made it like that because obviously, if you want to modify it, you can put on a louder exhaust, X, Y, and Z. But I don't think Honda's, or if we look at the Japanese culture, they tend to be a bit more reserved with their exhausts in Japan. Whereas, like I think the RS we were saying a minute ago with Will was designed by kind of Ken Block helped design it. So he came from that background. That's why it's got like drift mode and things like that. So what else is there? Braking. The RS is good, but then we don't know the state of the pads.
No, but I do think the Civic had pretty good brakes.
It did have good brakes.
Fair, like Brembros, wasn't it? I think they both had Brembros, didn't they?
Yeah, both had Brembros.
So to be fair, I think they're actually pretty good. It's so close. It's really hard.
Can you make a decision? I think the decision for me... I
think I can.
My decision would come down to a few things. If I wanted it for B-road blasting and track days and just having a good bit of fun, I would probably want to go for maybe more of the RS. But if I'm thinking about... so I want to go to Japanese car shows, I need to take the Civic. If I want to not have to maybe alter the outside as much, and that's my own opinion, I'd probably go for the Civic.
Yeah. It's really hard because I did feel comfortable.
You've got.
I actually did. To be honest, I really enjoyed Civic. I wasn't 100% sure, and I was just like, okay, let's just go with it. And I spoke to Don about it, and I was like, right, let's do it. And it actually did surprise me how much I really liked it. Like considering I've driven a couple of other things, and it's like, oh, okay, this is actually a really cool car. But
I I think from what I've seen of you and what I know of you as a friend, I think you'd go for the RS.
Yeah,
I just think you would. I think because you got in it.
I literally didn't hesitate, did I?
As soon as we pulled away from Will's, you were driving it like you would drive this. Whereas in the Civic, you were like, "Where's that curb? Where's this?
I was just a little bit more like, wow, because it is a bigger car in today, and it's a lot more. There's a lot more going on.
But also the steering felt nicer. It felt a bit more natural like this. The shifting felt a bit more like this.
Yeah. But I think I wouldn't. Really, in an ideal world, I think I would daily the Civic and then have the RS as a weekend car. But that I can't do that. But
so I think from what I've seen, I think she'd buy the RS.
I think
if it came down to it and you only had to pick one.
Yeah, gun to my head, I think I'd pick And
I'm not going to say what I think. I think both are cracking cars. I think they're both great hot hatches.
Yeah,
they are both great hot hatches. The FK8 is probably my favourite Civic. If we're talking more modern day, if we're looking at old school, like everyone loves like an EG or something with like a K20 or something crazy in it. But if we're talking as a bone stock car, the Civic's a solid motor. But Sammy, I reckon it's the RS. But we want to know, what would you guys pick? From what we've seen, hopefully we've shown you as much. If you drive one of the two, maybe you drive an FK8 and you're going, oh, should I go drive a Focus RS? Like, should I go and test drive one of these? Because these guys have said the RS is good, so maybe we should test drive it, or vice versa. So let us know which one would you pick if you had to pick of the two. If you drive one of them, let us know, and let us know why you chose that car, why you love it so much.
I'd love to know. It'd be really interesting.
And that might help Sammy as well making a decision, because she's not made a final decision.
No, we'll just see. We're testing it out today. I mean, we're going to Jap Fest on Sunday, so I'll probably want an FK8 on Sunday.
Yeah, you'll be wanting. This is the thing. You want a Jap car when we go to a Jap show.
Exactly.
But then the Focus RS
and then I'm like,
cool. But then you love this as well. You like the Fiesta. You love a fast Ford. So ultimately, you could just get a Mustang. But yeah, so we're going to leave it there. Sammy, ultimately, I think if she was put in that position, you pick one, I think she's going to go RS.
Yeah, I would.
For me, I think the RS is great. But as much as they're similar, they are a bit different as well.
Yeah, there are different
I think personally, Honda would have done themselves maybe a bit of a favour doing it four-wheel drive. Again, maybe some of you Honda guys are going to go, no, it's great, it's a front-wheel drive. So let me know, drop me a comment, let me know if I'm wrong. You know, because if you guys have had one and driven it for 2-3 years, you're going to have a lot more experience than what I do.
Yeah, we literally have half an hour in each. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so you know, that's the kind of thing. So we're going to leave it there. That is our RS versus Type R. Which one is better? Sammy's going to pick the RS. So there's her ultimate decision, which is what the whole point of the video was. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, see you in the next one.
Bye, YouTube.